Hello, my absolutely beautiful Cancerian friends, and welcome to your horoscope for November of 2023. Capricorn, this month we are going to welcome Saturn out of retrograde. We're going to see Mercury step into its pre-retrograde shadow time, but that does not happen until the 25th. So we've still got a lot of good energy to work with in terms of moving some things forward. And we are also going to find ourselves at the end of this month in Sagittarius season. So we are moving forward, welcoming in our last month of the fall before we step into the winter. So lots of changes happening this month, but I think that they are along the lines of manageable for sure. All right, let's jump in here and talk about what is going on, Cancer. So right at the beginning of the month on the 4th, we're going to see Saturn coming direct in the energy of Pisces. And this is going to light up your 9th house space, okay? So first of all, Saturn went retrograde June 17th at 7 degrees of Pisces. And so if you go back into your life this year, Cancer, into March, when Saturn got to 0 degrees of Pisces, okay, and then it went retrograde and it moved all the way to 7 degrees, and then it went retrograde and now it's coming back. The lessons that were brought to your attention in the 9th house around publishing, marketing, broadcasting, travel, higher education, faith, absolutely some faith lessons I think came up, international travel, languages, law, immigration, any of those things that came into your life at that particular time, Saturn was telling you to take a look at them. It was like, okay, if you're saying you want these things in your life, you have to stop talking about it and you have to be about it. We have to bring in a high capacity of mastery in this particular area. So if those areas of your life felt like, whoa, something really serious is coming in here, whatever it is, now as Saturn is direct and out of its retrograde time, you may feel a lot more secure in actually taking on the commitment of being about whatever the responsibility is in this area. Now, I want to tell you too, I think that it is a great time to sign up for higher education, training. If you wanted to schedule some traveling, I think that this is a wonderful energy. Saturn also being a planet that governs not just people, but our communities. It's like the world is opening up. So if you were thinking, I wanted to start a business or I wanted to put in that visa application, now would be the time, I think, to be able to do that. And for those of you who have put in the visa application or something like that, or put in the application for school, likely over the next few weeks, you will definitely be hearing back, okay? On November 8th, we see Venus enter into the energy of Libra where it is in domicile. So very, very comfortable over here and lighting up your 4th house space. Home, family, real estate, property, things about your parents in your life, any of these things. Venus is starting to attract and pull things into you in this particular area. So naturally, if you needed to pull in resources of home, or you needed to charm your partner, or you needed to, attract in money to finish a home improvement project, or you work from home, something like that, this is a really wonderful energy to let Venus work with Venus and let it work for you over this next few weeks. It's funny because, it's Libra, so it is a partnership energy. So whether you're wanting to do things more in partnership in your home, like I want to have partnership, I want to make a commitment to partnership in my home, I want to host a cooking class where I join with people in my home, these could be signatures that are showing up there as well. On November 10th, we see Mercury move into the energy of Sagittarius, and this is going to light up the 6th house space for you, okay? So when Mercury's in Sagittarius, we have the small mind in a big thinking sign, okay? So it's like, I've got this little idea, and now it's about to get magnified like to the most. So things that you could be thinking about is, first of all, how can you make a plan around your health, your wellness, your daily routines, what's going on with you with coworkers, colleagues, friends that you work with or that you're connected with in a daily way. In an interesting way, I really want to say, watch out if you have pets. Okay, if you have pets specifically, cats, dogs, bunnies, I want you to watch out for things happening with their legs, okay? Because this is quite expansive, but it is quite expansive. Sagittarius rules over the thighs and things like that. And in the 6th house, we start to look at our animals that are in our lives as well. So I would just be, making a little bit of note about that, but know that any plans that you needed to make that really incorporate seeing the big picture, having a big vision of what you want. And the other way I like to say this and think about this is it's like, okay, in the end, what is the big truth? The big goal that you want to go on in your daily routine? What do you want from there? Do you want more fire in your life? Do you want more movement? You want more passion in your day? Do you want more energy in your day? Do you want more delicious, spicy food? What is it that you want in your daily life and routine that now you can start to get the plan of the big picture? And the Mercury will help you make the connections, talk to the people that you need to, and get the plan put together. On the 13th, we've got a new moon happening at 20 degrees of Scorpio, and this will light up your 5th house space. As we're looking at this particular new moon, we're planting our seeds of intention to begin something new here. So while you're planting your seeds of intention to begin things with children, begin something of pleasure, maybe begin something, you're in conception, whether it's conception of a person or conception of an idea or a business or something pleasurable that you wanted to move out, or just fun, are you cooking up a cool menu for the holidays? What's going on? Whatever it is here, this particular energy, you want to launch it out there and you're like, yes, I am ready for this fresh start, right? But because we've got this energy of Mars, you're deeply passionate about the change. It's at an emotional level. It maybe even feels a little bit vulnerable, a little bit scary, but you're willing. But opposing this Uranian energy, that Uranian energy is saying, well, hold on. We need to be clear on what is still here that needs an innovation before we can really bridge the gap and take you on this new adventure. So I think that this particular moon, especially around things having to do with intimacy and assets, because that's the territory of Scorpio and territory of Taurus, you're being asked to look at that. Like if you're calling in, you're like, I want this relationship in my home. I want this home life. Uranus over here is saying, okay, well, you've got these things from the past, and have you innovated them? Do you see them differently? Do you value something in a different way? How do you value relationships? Do you still have anything from the past financially, whether it's a debt? Do you have a romantic debt that's hanging out in the back over there that needs to have an adjustment so that you can bring these two areas together and really enjoy what's in front of you, okay? As we get to the 22nd, we're going to see the sun enter into Sagittarius. Just a couple days later, on the 24th, Mars enters into the energy of Sagittarius. So we are in full Sagittarius zone at this time. And of course, the 6th house for you is massively lit up. You're getting a lot of energy. So things going on at work, things in your daily routine, health and wellness. This is going to be for the next few weeks where you can anticipate even getting to this, making the changes that need to be made here. Now, I did have this other thought about this Sagittarius vibration for you as well, Cancer, is that it is, at least in the United States, a really nice holiday time. So it's great. You're making memories. You're doing all of these things, right? But what can happen here under this energy is that you feel a bit more rebellious in this season. You're like, you know what? I don't actually feel like I want to tackle that. I don't feel like I want to look at that. I want to go to what's next. So I will tell you in this season to just be mindful of what needs to be resolved so that you're not just going on the next great optimistic adventure without actually handling what has been here. But instead, where I think is a great opportunity is to ask people around you questions, meet new people in your life. Maybe you meet them doing something that you really enjoy doing, and then you're having a conversation about finance, or you're having a conversation about health and wellness, or you're like, yes, I teach yoga. And these people are like, oh man, we don't teach yoga at all, but we have a yoga app. We want to develop an app, right? It's by the talking to people and addressing kind of where the fire has gone out a little bit that I think is really the optimistic opening that this season can really lead to for you, okay? Now, as we close out this month on November 27th, we've got a full moon happening at 4 degrees of Gemini, and this is going to light up your 12th house space. So first and foremost, what I think of is the full moon asks us to end something, acknowledge something, or to make an adjustment, right? So we need to have a course correction of some variety. Now, this moon is in conversation with Mars. We've got the sun in the mix here. There's a square to Saturn that is going on. So there is some vibration here with this Gemini full moon where I think you are realizing that you're like, I know my own mind. Right? I know that step by step by step, that little by little, by narrowing down some of the things that I'm doing or that I'm working on or that I've been thinking about, maybe even learning step by step how to handle an issue, an illness, a creative project. I know my own mind and I need the step by step process if I'm going to make any changes. And I think that this full moon really allows for that. Not to mention that it being in the 12th house, I really encourage you, Cancer, over the next few weeks, allow yourself to relax, rest. Where have you needed rest? Where are you convalescing? You're healing from something and you just need rest. Where is this the time in the year where emotionally you're getting to say out of your mouth, Gemini uses words, I just need to rest. Yes, we can finalize these plans, bring things to a close, but I also just need some time to rest, let my nervous system come down, and so on. So I think that this is a great full moon for you to be paying attention to what is illuminated to you around rest or around needing kind of a step-by-step process that is a practical program of action, right? That helps you get something done, okay? All right, my beautiful Cancerian friends, I hope you have an absolutely gorgeous month. Please let me know what legal travel things come to the table for you and what decisions that you're making around those in the comment section down below. Have a beautiful month, Cancer, and I'll see you in December.